I really need to clean my microphone thing. Hello, everyone. Oh, my microphone thing smells like ass. So yeah, please put the Canadian Tire money down. Uh, Also, some updates. Apparently, there's a vulnerability in web phishing. I don't know how far it goes. Cursory search. I mean, just cursory. I guess like thinking about it. I don't know how possible it is, but I trust rumors insofar as it gives me a good litmus test of whether or not we should do something. So we're not gonna be playing web fishing on Sunday. We're gonna wait until the game is like apparently fixed on some level. No clue when it's done being fixed, but until it's fixed, we won't host AL lobby. So we have to wait for a bit. As well, today and tomorrow, and then Halloween, we're gonna be streaming all 3 of the days. There's a very specific flow to things, so I'm gonna give you a quick heads up about what's going to happen. Today is entirely Silent Hill 2 because we need to finish that game all the way. Tomorrow is going to be VR chat Halloween maps. Probably going to be that for the entire day because every time we do a VR chat segment, it's like the entire day. And it usually goes for like 8 or 9 or 10 hours. So it's going to take a while to actually, I guess, like get it all done. Halloween is going to be interesting because a couple of things are happening. The Ghost Town Pumpkin Festival game has a Halloween event. I don't know what's going to happen there. Vampire Survivors is getting its Castlevania DLC right on Halloween, which is like it's both fortuitous timing and also like awful timing. Phasmophobia got like a weird Halloween update. I think like yesterday. I saw it on my Steam last night, and I was like, wait a minute, it got like a pretty cool update. So we're probably gonna play that on Halloween as well. I tried to see who was available for it in terms of like people that may want to play it, but I didn't ask fully yet, so I need to get more invitations. But if you know of somebody who's available to play Phasmophobia, please let me know because apparently there's like a giant eyeball in Phasmophobia from yesterday night. So I don't know what it does, but it seems cool. There's a whole bunch of cool things in it now, so we'll see. You own Phasmo. I like how you said that, but you didn't outright say that I will play Phasmo, but you just said that you own it because you weren't sure whether or not you should say that you want to play it. Do you want to play it? If so, you can join me on that day, on the Halloween. As for timing, I have no clue though. It's gonna be like the last thing that we do in the day, so let me know and we'll figure out some like timing. I'll post it inside that other channel then. So yeah, that's basically the schedule. We'll end off Halloween on the bang. We are also not doing a demon summoning. I got a second opinion, from my friend who's very into the occult, and she was like, "Why would you do that?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, I don't believe in demons, so like, there's no way it's real, and it seems kind of cool." And she's like, "If even if you don't believe in it, if something does happen, are you ready for the consequences?" And I was like, "Damn, you're right." Kind of. But then I was like, well, I am, but is my wife ready? Because she also lives in the same place. So I was like, probably not. So we're not doing it. As well, the Factorio server will take some more time. I'm thinking also of like maybe shutting it down just because like I don't really play it much anymore, and I'm probably gonna move on to Satisfactory, honestly. Again, as I mentioned, like we started the Factorio thing before we knew about the controversies about Factorio and the creator and like stuff. So it's sort of been on the back of my mind of like how long do I want to keep it going? But I think either way, it's like I'm kind of like done with it in terms of what I would want to play. So this server is in a bit of a limbo state where I can't fully moderate it every single time. I'm realizing having community servers is a bit more work than I expected. So it's like I need to cut some things out, and I'm thinking that community server will probably have to like die, and I just give the save over to everyone that wants to play and continue from that point on. Because for me, it's like I like trying it out. It was cool for a bit, that community server, but unless we play every single day, it's gonna be hard to moderate it, right? There's just not enough time. It's sort of like part and parcel of why I don't want people to moderate for the stream, because when you do moderate, it allows me to then use you for more, but then it means that I'd have to pay you because I'm effectively making you like a GM, or I'm effectively like I'm basically giving you more responsibilities and more power, which comes with that a certain sense of like, making sure that people are paid, or like, that they're whatchamacallit, that they're funded well for their efforts that would be considered labor in any other aspect of the world, right? Just because I run my own game server and you happen to be like a GM on it that can, or like an admin on it, doesn't necessarily make your responsibilities any different from Blizzard hiring an official admin for their game and then paying them, right? Not to say that like Blizzard is like good, but you know what I mean? Like this, the source of it doesn't really matter. It's really about the scale and the efforts that go into it. Because I've seen some Minecraft servers that go up to like hundreds of people, and it's like you need like a full team of people to moderate that stuff, and you have to pay them because they're not going to do it for free, and you basically have to moderate 24/7 basically. It's pretty intense. So we'll see. But I'm thinking that server will probably have to go for now. And then, until the future when I get like a better plan for things. But again, it's about like the funding flow. It's how do I get the funding flow in, and then how do I get like some sorts of funding that is specific to those servers, and then how can that sort of lead to better results for those servers, right? I was even thinking actually, one thing that I was thinking was sort of like, you pay to play on the server, but then all that payment that you give goes towards like the mods, or you sub and you tell me what you want to sub for, but then the problem is like, how do I divvy that up, right? And then also like subs on Twitch are kind of weird because you get like a split of like 30/50, 30/70, and then 50/50. So it's not really good if you're trying to build like a source of funding for things. So I mean, there's a lot of ideas I have in mind, but nothing really concrete yet. Nothing really concrete. Also, there's a lot of accounts following me for art stuff. I don't know if they're real people or if they're not real people, but I often get accounts that follow me because they're here to, I don't know, like do art stuff for different streamers, and I never really know if they're actual real people or if they just stole content from others, right? It is funny to think that the bots go quite far in terms of what they do. Like the bots are pretty damn good at what they do now. That they're basically what was it? It's impossible to differentiate them from normal people who are just trying to like sell their services through Twitch, which even then is kind of a weird thing to have. I think Twitch is probably the last place I'd probably try to sell my services. I'd be like, dude, like there's no way someone's gonna hire you off of Twitch. I just don't know if that's possible. But again, it's sort of that thing, right? It goes back to the whole moderation thing. How do you even find like somebody who's willing to do that? And how do you find somebody for that very niche? Like it's such a weird niche that it doesn't really go on LinkedIn. Like you can't go on LinkedIn and be like, I need a moderator for like a game server. It doesn't work. Or you can't go on LinkedIn and be like, I need somebody to make art for some, I don't know, random segments. It just doesn't work. At the same time, though, it works if you have it for like say conferences, or if you have it for say large events, or like say the well, I mean, I guess the debate probably has different people that are hired in to handle that, considering the larger security needs of it. But I presumably people like that do come through LinkedIn, so there's a flow for it. So maybe it's also a context thing. Who knows? I might be the first person to put up like a job posting on LinkedIn that's like, hey, I need a moderator for a game server. That would be kind of funny though, right? Because then imagine how many people that you get from that avenue that they're going to look at that and be like, what is this? And imagine all the shit post about that from the LinkedIn side, and imagine how stupid it is going to be like. I kind of can't wait actually. Anyways, lots of ranting today. Today's gonna be an interesting day. Again, all Sand Hill 2. So we're gonna finish the entire game today. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but apparently it's not that long, so we should be okay. As well, I want to show you all something. It's a very interesting video that reminds me of something. And again, I want to point out here that this video was an official video, and I want you to stare at this image while we look at it, because this is now the official Vatican City mascot. So. There's a lot going on today. So the Vatican City has gone the way of like Sanrio, and has decided to, make a bunch of cartoon characters to basically to represent their faith, and it's a bold move. And I want you to just look at this in the corner as I play this one video, and I want you to know I know everything about the game now. I've done my own post-analysis of my own playthrough from my own playthrough, and I've seen what happens in the game, and I know that it's not really a joking game, but I just want you to sort of see this. Oh, fuck yeah, we got Pope tubers. We got Pope tubers. Oh man, my brothers in Christ, we have Pope tubers now. I want you to see this. Uh, how's it going? Oh, it's going really good. Wait, sorry. You can't see it yet. Shit, that was so loud. Sorry, that was insanely loud. Let me lower the volume like a couple more decibels. Jesus. This was an official video that was posted on the on the wrong Oregon Instagram. And I was like, "Oh my god!" So they actually animate this. What's crazy is that you can kind of see this, and if you look closely, you can see the bulge in his pants, which is funny. You can see the bulge as he swings around. It's so good. Ah, I love that video so much, mate. I love the mouthwashing shit post. Right? There's something that there's it always happens with games that have such like deep, dark, very complex stories. Right? People shit post them, and I I wonder if it's because we're collectively coping over what we just all witnessed. But it's every single one is so high quality, and that was official. That is official material. That is a officially from the game creator official material that they animated with the actual model. They gave him a bulge that swings. It's so funny. It's so stupid and funny. It's canon. Yeah, it's canon. It's canon. Oh man, imagine just him just going down dancing. He drinks a little. When we saw him in front of the giant mirror, we didn't realize like that was the aftermath, right? Because so much of the game, it's told in in like split times, and also you only see small pieces of those times. You see the highs, right? And what we saw in the game was the highs. That was the low. The twerking was the low point. That's the average mood on that ship. So canon, so canon. Anyways, just wanted to show you that before we start because I thought it was a great way to go into the Silent Hill 2 section because I've seen a lot of Silent Hill 2 shit posts as well. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like also mods for Silent Hill 2 mods. Are there any mods for Silent Hill 2? Mod Silent Hill 2. Well, it's a bit more problematic for this one. Given the discourse from the internet, yeah, it's a bit more problematic for this one. There's a lot of very opinionated things here. Hmm. Classic outfit. Hmm. Well, let's see how this goes. We're gonna go right into Silent Hill 2, and give me a moment to set things up. Just give me a moment. I think I know exactly what happened. I think I need to update the mod that I had for it. So, and I just need to re-verify files. So, just in the meantime, okay, don't. Okay, no, I can't have that playing 24/7. We're gonna need to just play some music for a bit. I thought it was fine last night when I turned it on. So, just give me a moment. I just need to fix things. BRB. We enjoy the bulge. Yeah, but I can't have the bulge on 24/7. Some Twitch admin is gonna. Like, this is the day when I get partner and a Twitch admin comes by and is like, "Congratulations, you've obtained part." And then they see that video and they're like, "Your application has been rescinded. You've been banned." Like, ooh, sorry, buddy. Can't show bulge in stream. uh, okay, let's see if I can do this. So I think I need to do a verify on the actual game. I think verify integrity or something. I think what happened is I think it didn't know what to do with some files and maybe it died. So if I verify integrity, okay, how long is this gonna take? Oh god, this might take a while. It's like 5 minutes. Is there anything that we can do while this verifies? I'm assuming you can't do anything while it verifies. Huh. That's weird because last night it worked fine. Although last night I didn't really update the game. I had the update just waiting, and I decided to update it because I was like maybe it's fine. But main mod. See changelog for full details. Updated 28th of October. It's probably why. Yeah, I'll take that. Must be logged in to download files. Sure. Anyways, how are you, chat? How are you today? So you, Mr. Kanungus Among Us. Listen. I still hold that Mr. Kanungus Among Us is a great. I'm surprised that nobody cares about that. Like, I think that's a great name. Everyone's always like, no, you can't just say Among Us. Okay, you had to dig. You know it's not the same, but you liked this mouth washing post. Oh wait, sorry. I have a block on links because of bots. I was getting like worried. My fear was that I would that a bot would post a link. I would accidentally click on the thing on the link as I tried to ban them, and then we would get like I don't know like a pop up for like pussy and buyer or something. So I was trying to preempt that. You can DM me on like Discord. I think we're on the same server, right? I mean, it'd be funny if you just posted it in that shared channel and then gave no context for it too. Because then it's like, where did this come from? It's like, wait a minute. Let me see. You beamed it to me. Thank you. I'm receiving your beam right now, straight to my cranium. You're taking responsibility. What is this? Yeah, this is very much the vibe of the game, man. Sabotage. You're still a hero in the end because you chose to sacrifice to yourself. Yeah, this is. Yeah, I mean it's so good too because it's the perfect it's the perfect explanation. It's basically, I mean, this is spoiler zone, right? This is spoiler zone. You feel ashamed because Athol and Red and Hev are also lovely. Yeah. Wait, what was I? What are you saying about me? I'm just kidding. It's like, what does that mean about me, huh? Let me see if I can show this. But this is probably the best explanation of what happened in that game, right? And it is crazy to think about that like the game has these notes, but yeah, that's like the best way of looking at this problem in the game. Because that's really what happened. He just kind of said, "You know what? Not my problem. I'm out. Peace." And it's like, dude, really? Like what's going on? I was talking about this too. I didn't get the I mean, okay, spoilers. Okay, if you want to play mouthwashing and you missed out, this is spoiler zone. Okay, these are thoughts that have been in my head for a long time. All right, this is all been in my head for like a while now. If you haven't played it, you need to play the game because I think it's one of the best games of this year. It's genuinely amazing. But let's just witness this video and see if my computer won't like crash. Let's see if this works. I just want you to like see this. Oh no, Twitter's video player is dying. Yep, that's really what he felt like. Curly just in the tank, just bobbing his head along. That's all he. I mean, to be fair, that's all he really can do at this point. Freaking Jimmy. Banger post oomphy. If I scroll down, it says banger post oomphy. Song and dances specialist from Persona 4 dancing all night. Like, imagine the intersection between you know Persona 4 and then mouthwashing. Like that's an intersection that I would have never expected in life, right? But this is so true though, because like that really is just how Jimmy feels the world, and that's from Joe Tastic on Twitter. So actually, I should have. It's from Joe Tastic on Twitter. Thank you for sharing this. Very, very solid shit post. And again, there's something. It's always so funny to think about that. Like we all collectively cope with the horrors that we saw by shit posting about it, and but especially artists. And artists have all the skill in the world to cope with it and bring it to life, whereas we can simply think about it in our imagination, right? But boy, oh boy, is there a lot of shit posts about the game. And like, and again, spoilers for mouthwashing, right? I actually didn't get the sexual assault line because I forgot about what Anya said about the locks on the doors. It's crazy to me that like that game has so many important lines. I feel like every line in that game is so important to the context that if you miss any of them, you're only left with questions and like, you know, threads that you can kind of follow, right? Because that line about the door lock and the safety was a guaranteed confirmation of what happened when you consider also Jimmy's like, you know, personality, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, and then Anya being pregnant too. It was like, yeah, exactly. Like that was the thing that like made me lean heavily towards it, but it was still like unclear of like I wasn't really sure if it was sexual assault or if it was like a one night stand or something. But it's like the door line really seals the like deal of like, no, it was sexual assault, right? But because like I remember at that point in the game, I was thinking like, wait, she got pregnant from him. Was she sexually assaulted? Which is a possible given Jimmy's personality, or is it trying to say something about Jimmy being an abusive partner afterwards, or is it saying something about like a one night stand? Like what's like happening here, right? Like there were so many different possibilities, and I think about that game a lot because there's been very few games that I think we've played in a very long time on this channel where every single line has been important. I'm so used to a lot of dialogue in games being almost uh, inconsequential. Like a lot of dialogue is just there to have lines, to fill the space, to like make a noise where there should be silence. But the way that mouthwashing feels like it doesn't care if there's pure silence. It just lets silence be, and it simply says what it needs to say at every moment with the most force that it needs to in order to keep that sort of like subtle, mysterious feel, allowing you to deduce what happened in a very realistic way too. Because it's not like Anya's gonna come out and say it. She's also traumatized by it, and I was because and I only realized when I went back and I sort of examined the entire game from my own playthrough, I was like, there was a lot of different things that I sort of like forgot about as I was playing, that when you tie it all together, you get a much deeper understanding of what's going on. It's like, god damn. You remember seeing someone do a character dissection and Jimmy and Visanya, with all the negative traits he placed on her are his own insecurities. Yes. And all the progress he makes is because Anya tells him what to do. Yes. And you can see this like precisely that divide between them, and the flaw of Jimmy when he sort of like talks to Anya and he gets annoyed of all the responsibilities that's placed on him. And it's interesting because I noted that it was a cool use of the quest mechanic to communicate that, but I didn't actually realize that until I went and dissected it afterwards, right? He views it all as in-game quest, a thing to do. He doesn't really view it as a responsibility. He just views it as a thing that he has to do to get some reward. And he specifically gets like mad about that. He like And it's fascinating to me that the game's UI even sort of reflects that by showing it up as like a quest marker over and over and over when he's like, ranting about him having so many things that he has to do and nobody on the ship, quote unquote, does anything. And it's like, holy moly. Yeah, that game, like it's there's so many different details where it's like you have to sit in it and like really, really let it marinate and examine it carefully to get every single detail. Because until you do, right, there's a lot of like questions up in the air. There's like possibilities. There's a lot of different possibilities of what could have happened, but it's only when you really, really see it all go through that you realize, oh yeah, that's some good stuff. Nightbot, what the hell are you on about? Don't ask. It was a very long time. It was a very, very long time when we had to make these lines. That it was a long night when those lines came alive. Yeah, that game was great. It's honestly a similar vibe to Signalis fandom. It's also happy, joyous, funny art. So what's funny is that I didn't see that from the Signalis fandom. For me, my only thing about the Signalis fandom that I keep seeing is like very, very sad shit posts and like very, very almost like in universe videos and clips. Like I see a bunch of animations where people are dying and going on fire. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is going on? So it's funny that like you are seeing the wholesome like haha side, whereas I'm seeing the like, oh god, this game like fundamentally hurt people game, right? No, you get all the sloppy. Yeah, I wish I got those. All I got was just pain, like a lot of pain from people's hearts, and I was like, damn, this is some intense stuff. Now, it does make me wonder, right? There has to be some corner of the mouthwashing fandom that is also about the pain. But I think it's just because of the absurdity of it all that it lends itself to comedy more. Whereas Signalis, I felt like was a very serious game, that maybe that's why it sort of like affected people much more intimately from the get-go. Whereas mouthwashing, it's like you don't really know if it's serious yet, even all the way through to until maybe like 70% of the way till the end of the game. That's when all the different threads come together, right? Like you have hints of it up until that point, and you need to remember everything to really tie it down. But at the 70% mark, that's when it felt like the game was like, this is what's really going on, which I thought was fantastic, and it makes sense. Like the game is like a time travel. Well, not like a time travel. What's the word? It's a disjointed story. It's like a disjointed time frame thing, a timeline thing. Fantastic. I wish I got Yuri. Anyways, let's see if the game works now. If it does, we'll just transition over. we'll just pretend like nothing happened about mouthwashing. Welcome to today's stream. We're just gonna play a single game all day long. Please don't crash it. It works! Okay, we're going into Silent Hill 2. My computer may lag, so just give it a moment. I think it was stable. Okay, every time I start this game, it's sort of a question of like, will it crash my PC or not? Because it seems to happen a lot. We're gonna play some Silent Hill 2 for the entire day. I want you to know I am not a Captain Curly. Okay, I have more of a spine than a Captain Curly. If anybody here is awful, I will eject you from the ship. Spoilers! Imagine you come to watch Silent Hill. I know who you are. Whoever told me that I was almost done. Fuck you. But it's fine. We have things to do for it tomorrow anyways. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is VR chat day. We have some cool things to chat in VR chat. It's Spookality 2024. And then we're gonna finish off with this as well. Again, I'm streaming until here and then Halloween as well. Halloween's gonna be a very silent affair, I think, this year. Very quiet affair. Not to say that we're playing more Silent Hill, but it's not as crazy as last time. Although last year I think Halloween was also very boring for us too. Oh man, I thought I was actually closer, but no, I wasn't. I also went actually a bit over time. I was supposed to only go for 8 hours at most, but I went for 9. So because we started late today. Bye everyone. I need to go and take care of some things and check up on my wife. So, well, I've been checking up on her. She's fine actually. She's messaging me actually. We'll see you all tomorrow. My wife will not be showing up on stream on Halloween, as I suggested last time. She'll be here during a November stream, which I think is going to be more interesting, because November is when I'm programming. So I get to have her playtest my game, which is going to be very, very nice. And then all of you can too when we get there. So remember to show up tomorrow. I'll be starting earlier tomorrow too. Today was just a bit later because I had some last minute calls planned in the morning, but I'm basically forcing everyone to not call me tomorrow. And if anyone calls me tomorrow, it's going straight to voicemail because I don't really care. So we're starting over at like a very early time tomorrow to make the VR stuff work. Bye everyone. We're never doing this ever again. I can't believe we went for so long here. For so long. James just die. Just go for it. Let me stare at its mouth. Can I stare at it? Let me stare at you. Oh, you're disgusting. Oh, you're so nasty. I'm out. We're done for today. It's funny because that channel that has all these pre-stream bits, it's gonna be like, the video is just like a bye, and it's like, okay, see you. Thank you for watching, everyone. Man, playing this and going to the VR chat stuff, like the exposition between the two, the impact that we feel, it's so vastly different. Like the VR chat exposition stuff, I'm like, oh god, like it doesn't feel nearly as good as this. But it was fun to see people's worlds, and it was fun to see Slinker's world, so it's cool. Thanks for showing up, everyone. Tomorrow's Halloween, so what are we doing? Well, my wife is sick, so we're streaming. There's not very much else I can do. My wife is sick. I'm taking care of her still, or she's taking care of her herself. So tomorrow, we got some fun stuff. Let's see. Today, next, we're doing the Ghost Town Pumpkin Festival. There's a Halloween thing that's going on every single year. It's the same thing for the game. Vampire Survivors has a Castlevania DLC that's releasing. We're doing a couple games of Phasmophobia. I think by myself, because I didn't really bother. I hate coordinating schedules. It's just like for especially for holiday stuff, I'm like I don't want to do it. So we're just doing everything by myself on that day. Beyond that, I have no clue. I have no clue what's going to happen that day. I'll figure out some things to fill the space if we do need things to fill the space. But if it's a short stream, it's a short stream. But it will be fun nonetheless. And I think short but sweet is nice. Size isn't everything. You never finished Valkyria Chronicles because your PC broke a few missions before you finished it, and your last backup was from right before you started the game. Yeah, that's when you say it's not worth it. Especially for a game of that length. Every game in that series is so long. Like, genuinely. So... Well, I've never played a longer game, I think, than Valkyria Chronicles. Personally. Even like a Final Fantasy doesn't feel as long as a Valkyria Chronicles. It's very, very long. That sucks. But it's so fun, though. It's really fun. Anyways, bye, everyone. Have a good night. Enjoy your time. I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna check up on my wife. Check up on your wife, too. Maybe she's not dead. Maybe my wife is alive, too.